Tim, should we tell the listeners how to join the Golfweek Amateur Tour?
Yes, of course. We should probably do it now before we forget, though.
I agree. It's simple. All you need to do is go to amateurgolftour.net, click the Join the Tour button, and pay your local tour's membership.
Thanks, Chris. Membership for 2024 is open, so register today to join the oldest, largest, and best amateur tour in the country.
And remember, this podcast can be found on all the major platforms. So make sure you like, download, and share it with all your friends and family.
Chris, that's a great idea. Now, on to the show.
All right, Chris, we're back to a regular schedule.
I'm glad to be back. This was a well-deserved break, but I'm ready to hit the ground running and let's get these podcasts going.
We have some good guests lined up for everybody this time, and so let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to the Golfweek Amateur Tour, the podcast. We are your hosts, Tim Newman and Chris Rocha. As the oldest and largest amateur golf tour in the country, we put on individual stroke play golf tournaments that are handicapped by flights in 48 cities across the country. The Golfweek Amateur Tour, where amateurs play like pros. All right, Chris, we got a great episode for everybody this week. I want to show everybody what we have.
Yeah, we've got two national champions that we were able to get interviewed, and we have the tour director from Alabama that is going to talk to us about his upcoming season and crack a little jokes with us.
I think everybody's going to enjoy that interview. We also, everybody, if you hang with us till the end of the episode, you'll find out when registration is going to open, and maybe some highlights of some tours, and find out who the new tour directors are going to be.
Let's get the ball rolling.
All right, Chris. Now national championships over, and we have our 5 crown national champions. It's time to start getting them in and interviewing them and see what they've got to say, and congratulating them, and let the rest of the tour know who they are.
Yeah, definitely. They've earned their spot as the face of their flights for 2023 season at least. So I'm excited to get to know who they are and how the national championship round was for them.
Well, our first guest has set all kinds of records. He's in the champ flight. Let's welcome Genki Sadato. Genki, welcome, bud.
Hi.
Welcome. Thank you for coming on.
Of course.
First, how does it feel to be a national champion, and how does it feel to set the record for the low score for the tournament for the Golfweek Amateur Tour?
Yeah, it feels so good. It feels so great. It's lowest score always gonna be good confidence. And my friends, my family, everyone congratulated me. Yeah, I'm so happy now.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was there when they announced. Well, of course, Tim was because he's the voice of us. But I was there when they announced your name, and everybody was super excited to see you get that trophy and all that. But let's go back a day. The night before day 3, you're in contention. What's going through your mind all night? Are you able to sleep? And then, on the range, is there a mindset, or it's just another day of golf?
Yeah. I think I was 4 shots behind. Then I knew it. I have to make a low birdie as I can, because everyone's shooting good score, like 60 something, 68. Yeah. So I knew it. I need a good score. But yeah, I tried to make 5, 6 birdie always every round. So I didn't care if I make bogey and double bogey. I just tried to make birdie, all birdie. So I played well third day, I think.
Well, you did well. You shot 64 the final round. That's pretty good. What's your lowest score ever?
I think 64 too, but 64 is tournament. It was my first time, so it was first experience on tournament. 64, yes.
Well, it's 64 in the final round of the national championship. With all the pressure and that's phenomenal. Really proud of you for doing that. And again, you finished at 14 under for the tournament. I think that record's going to stand for a while.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't know my score last day until number 18 tee box. Then other player told me, "You shooting 900, right?" So I didn't know that I'm shooting 900. I made bogey last hole, so I shoot 64, but I really forecast it's my round, so I didn't know. I never checked live scoring too, so I didn't know my score. So after that, I knew it. I shoot 64.
Well, how do you feel this will impact your game moving forward?
I could know if I play well, I can shoot 64. It's gonna be good, right? Before this tournament, if I play well, I can shoot like 69, 70. It was good, but I knew it. I can play. If I play well, I can shoot 64. So definitely give me a confidence.
Yeah, that's
let me ask you this.
I think would give anybody a boost of confidence. Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
Oh yeah, definitely. Let me ask you this: is this your first season on tour, or how many times have you been on tour?
Golfweek Amateur, right?
Correct.
Yeah, it was my first time. Yeah, first time.
That's not bad to end your first season with us. Are you planning on joining next year, 2023 season?
If I can, I want to try it again. It's gonna be a good tournament. A lot of good player was there.
Yeah, so
high level, I think.
On top of trying to repeat as a national champion, you have any other goals for 2023 in your golf game?
I have not decided yet. I'm not sure, but I want to try. I'm Japanese, so I want to try Japanese mini tour or like Canadian Conference tour or something. I want to try next stage tournament too, but I have no. I'm not sure yet, but yeah.
It's rest time for you, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm 20. I just turned 23, so I'm not young, but I want to try a lot of tournaments. So,
is there anything you want to say to the thousands of members of Golfweek? Any words of encouragement?
I would say if you have any chance to play tournament, I think you should play any tournament. So always tournament give me a confidence, and we can learn from tournament. So try to play any tournament, I think.
You made a big statement out there, being able to just grind. Like Tim said, all the scores were low, so anything could happen. And you set in your goals, and kind of going above and beyond those goals got you to where you're at now. So I just want to personally say congratulations. I know it was a tough field to go up against, and can't wait to see if you're able to repeat next year.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, you gave great advice to all the members. Whether you're champ flight, A flight, even down to D flight. You only get better if you're going to push yourself and play in tournaments and play against better competition. So
true.
Again, congratulations on the win. Congratulations on a phenomenal round and a phenomenal week. I wish you all the best in the 2023 season. We'll see you next year. Take care.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
All right, Chris, that was a great interview with Genki, the Champ Flight national champion. You finished at 14 under. It's amazing, the scores that they put up this year in Champ Flight.
Yeah, definitely. It was a battle all 3 days for them. And I can't wait to talk to the next guest who was even stronger for all 3 days.
The D Flight, they played two really good courses this year. Palmetto Hall, Arthur Hills at Palmetto Hall, and the Robert Trent Jones course at Palmetto Dunes. Now, the Palmetto Hall course, they just completely redid that one. And as you know, we've talked about this before, that the Robert Trent Jones course is one of my favorites on the island.
Yeah, I've gotten the chance to play both. Two great courses, like you said. The Robert Trent Jones, it's just, you're either going to get stuck by watching the scenery or you're going to get stuck by playing golf. But either way, it's a good time.
Exactly. Yeah, our D-Flight national champion, and Brad Knox from Columbus, he went wire to wire. So let's go ahead and bring him in. Brad, welcome and congratulations on winning the D-Flight national championship. And I'm not even going to talk to you about how you beat my guy from D.C., Nick Taylor, who finished in second place. But congratulations to you.
Well, thank you for having me on, and thank you for that. Nick was a tough competitor. It was a fun day.
Yeah, he is, and he's fun to play with too. So I hope you guys had a good time with the back and forth. So tell us how you feel about being a national champion.
Well, it's an awesome feeling, awesome experience. Really enjoyed those 3 days, those memorable 3 days down there playing with the pairings that I had. We had a really good time, and we all go down there for the same goal, to be national champion, and to walk away with the hardware was a really awesome experience.
Yeah, definitely. But let's take it back a little bit. Let's go back to the night between day 2 and day 3. What are your thoughts? Are you able to sleep? Are you able to even eat? How are the nerves? And going into the next day, your warm up. What's your mindset? What is it going on to the first tee? Someone that's leading the tournament, but you still have one more day of golf to play.
Yeah, so going into the evening of the second night, slept good, had a good dinner, slept good, woke up in the middle of the night. Sadly, my curiosity got the best of me, looking at the leaderboard. They got it up and running again, and I realized I was in the lead again, knowing that I would be being chased there on that final day, and just nodded off a little bit more, had a good breakfast, got through the course, time to just have some good conversation with some players that I played with earlier in the week and the weekend, and didn't really hit any balls, just went to the putting green and just really wanted to get a sense of the pace of the green. And after that, it was pretty much time to go after some good stretches.
Yeah, sleeping on the lead after going to the final round is tough sometimes, but you seem to handle it pretty well. And again, you led wire to wire. So how do you feel your performance will impact your game moving forward?
Definitely for the positive. Competitive golf is a whole nother animal, and you really get a sense of that playing in the tour, especially playing at the national championship. And just to try to stay in the moment and play one shot at a time. Definitely tried to give it away there on that backside, and had several bad holes, and just tried to never let it get me down and just stay one shot at a time, and was able to pull it out there on the final hole, really.
Awesome. Now that you are a national champion, you're the face of the D-Flight for the next year. Awesome bragging rights, by the way. You have any goals set for this coming 2023 season?
Yeah, so I'm thinking I'd like to play in the senior tour possibly as well, in addition to. We'll just kind of see how that goes. And also been thinking about maybe playing some regional events. I know talking down at the national championship, maybe going up the Whistling Straits. I've never played there before, or maybe some other regional event would be a lot of fun and get to play against and meet even more tour members from around the country.
Whistling Straits is fun. I went last year. It was a blast. So highly recommend that one.
Yeah, I would encourage everybody to play in the regionals. Whistling Straits is phenomenal. It's a great experience. I tell people if you've ever been to a PGA event and then played that course, once you walk the grounds of that course, you can't watch the event the same way anymore because everything changes. And Whistling Straits, Chris, I think you'd agree, is one of those courses. You see it on TV, and then you go out and walk the grounds. It's every bit as daunting as they portray it to be.
Yeah, completely agree. It's hard to play golf and have these great views and decide which one you want to use first, either take pictures or play golf. So it's a lot of fun.
So Brad, do you have any?
A little bit of that on Rubber Twitch too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You talk about that on the backside. That's one of the things that makes, at least for me, one of my favorite courses that we play. That backside of Jones. When you're that long par 5, you're hitting into the ocean and the green sitting right there, right next to the beach. It's phenomenal views. So Brad, do you have any last words for our members?
Yeah. So first, I'd like to thank the Golfweek Amateur Tour for providing the tour, and then putting on such a great national championship. Anybody that's trying to think about getting in the tour or even thinking about going to the national championship, I definitely encourage it. My first time, had a blast, met a lot of awesome people, and really looking forward to next year, what next year holds, and getting back down there for the national championship next year.
Well, again, thanks so much for spending some time with us, and congratulations on winning the national championship. And I look forward to seeing you in 2023.
Thank you again for having me on, guys. Appreciate it.
No problem. You have a good one.
Take care. So that was a great interview with Brad Knox from the Columbus Tour, our D-Flight national champion. A lot of people focus on the Champ Flight and how great they are, but you got to give the D-Flight their due. They go out there and compete just like everybody else, and
oh yeah, definitely. I was in the D-Flight when I started, and the respect is there. They're good golfers, and being able to be leader for 3 days is a tough feat just to do by yourself on any event.
Yeah, and like you said, the guy you beat from DC, Nick Taylor, he is a competitor, and he's tough to beat, and he'll battle all the way down every hole. So it's congratulations to Brad, and look forward to seeing what he does in 2023. But our next guest, we had a conversation while we were at National Championship, and as you know, he was the tour director that had some problems with our music. So let's bring Scott Parker in from the Alabama Tour and see what he has to say. Scott, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
No problem.
So you're the Alabama Tour director, but you're going to your third year. How have you liked being tour director as opposed to just being a player?
Oh, I've loved it. It's been great getting to meet all the people we have on the tour, all the characters we have, and not just Alabama. I mean, everywhere. I've played in regionals all over the country, and it's been awesome just to meet all these great people that play on this tour.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you mentioned characters on the tour. I'm pretty sure Tim can agree, but there's a handful of players that you'll remember for a lifetime. You'll hear them scream from 5 holes back and know exactly who it is. So when you say characters, we mean individuals that are one of a kind.
Absolutely, yeah. And Tim can tell you some of the guys that play on my tour. He met some of them last year. They are nuts.
They are,
but they always have a good time.
Yeah, they're fun to be around. So talk about characters. You've got a Champ Flight player, Corbin Holt, who, man, I tell you what, he's a good player. He's got an index of minus 1.1, and he shows up every week. Tell me about him.
Yeah, Corbin, he actually won the first tournament I ever hosted as a tour director. And you say he shows up every week. I mean, he shows up every week. Like in 2 seasons, Corbin has missed 2 tournaments. And one of those tournaments was because he was there for the birth of his daughter. This kid, he shows up every week, and he is always at the top of the leaderboard. Always. He is by far the most competitive person I've ever met in my life. And I played with guys in my younger days that played in the World Series. I played with guys that played in the Super Bowl. Corbin tops that. He is a ridiculous competitor.
Yeah, it sounds like a guy that I'd like to meet one day. He sounds pretty cool, down to earth. It's just, people like that you don't have nice things to say about, which is awesome, especially, missing 2 events. If you were to golf instead of going to your daughter's birth, I don't think that'd be a good story to tell.
I promise you, his wife would have understood, because the way the kid loves, he plays golf constantly. He'll call me like in the middle of February, hey, let's go to Mississippi and play a 2-day major. Okay. Just out of the blue, just randomly, But yeah, he carried our champ flight last year, and he told me at the end of the season last year that we've got to make this champ flight better. We've got to keep building it. We got to do everything we can to get more players. And I'm telling y'all guys, Alabama's champ flight is ridiculous. We got a guy, Dustin Sanders, that showed up probably half of our tournaments this year. And every tournament that Dustin showed up to, he won. That was tournaments that included Corbin in the field.
Wow.
Corbin and Dustin were playing in a tournament in the summer this year together in the same group. And Corbin came into the clubhouse after the round, the most excited I've ever seen him be after a tournament. And it was because Dustin had an albatross on the hole. He's walking up on the green, and Dustin puts in a double eagle, from over 200 yards out. Wow. It's crazy. And the guys, they compete, they play well with each other. They push each other to get better. It's something to see.
That's cool.
Yeah, one of the things that Dennis has always said is, if you have a good champ flight, that'll tell you how good the tour is. And that's one thing. When you have those guys that are driving it and driving the competition, that's what brings out better and better golfers, because they start bringing their friends and they bring their friends and so forth. So
yeah,
that's really good to see.
Let's take a quick break and hear from our sponsor, Srixon.
A great iron set needs more than good looks. It's got to be fast and got to be pure. But good looks never hurt either. The all-new ZX Mark II irons from Srixon.
Yeah. So your schedule's posted. What are some highlights for next season?
Yeah, I'm really excited about our schedule for this year. We're going to a completely new course for our schedule for the state. As far as I know, nobody's ever been to Highland Oaks and Dothan. That's a corner of the state that doesn't get used or utilized very much. We've got another 2-day combo tournament with Nashville and Mississippi this year down at Craft Farms in early April. So we get to go to the beach in the springtime. We've got one of our courses is used as a U.S. Open qualifier site every year, and Silver Lakes is always, by far, it's the toughest course on the trail. And then we got our 2 majors in the summer. One of them, Nashville's hosting. We're going to be at Muscle Shoals at the RTJ course up there. Mm-hmm. 2 of the best tournament sites for hosting golf tournaments. Great setups. and the other one down in Magnolia Grove, they host an LPGA event every year. So, I mean, we got some really, really great courses. And I'm super excited about year 3.
That's awesome. Well, let's get this out of the way. You know, as we spoke in Hilton Head about the podcast, tell the listeners what you said about the opening music.
So the only question I had was, whose idea was it to use the 70s porno music for the intro? And I can tell you this. I asked Chris before I asked you, and Chris completely denied having any part in it.
This is fact.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I'll tell you. Whenever I pick the music, ultimately I'm the one that decides. But Jen actually said that's the track. That's the track.
Things are starting to come together now.
I'm just saying, that's a classic from Duke Harrington that nobody's ever heard of.
I have no idea who that is, and I'll just have to trust you.
Yeah. So, that's one of Jen's favorites. When we do these, we have to use not copyrighted music. So, the system I use Epidemic Sound, which is great. They've got a ton of music on there. You just kind of have to go through and play songs so you find them. And as soon as I played that one, Jen was actually sitting behind me, and she said, "Oh, play that again." And so that's what we went with.
Nobody wants to take blame for this, and now Jen can't even defend herself.
Can't even defend herself.
I'll take the blame because ultimately it's my decision. I got to say yes or no, but you know how it is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, registration opens on Black Friday. Do you have any early bird specials you want to advertise?
Yeah, we're setting our membership at $85 this year. Last year, as y'all know, we set a new record for the Alabama tour. We got up to over 150 players last year, and I'm hoping we can set another record this year.
Well, looking at your schedule, I really do think that you got a chance for that. So I do know about the Shoals courses, and I know those are big draws. And I think you're right about the Dothan course with nobody over there. That's going to draw some players as well. So,
yep.
Well, we wish you all the best. Hopefully, we'll see you sometime in 2023, and good luck this year.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, Chris, I'm so glad we were able to get Scott in. He's a fun guy, great tour director, and really enjoyed the conversation about the music. But again, ultimately it's my decision. But again, you got to make the wife happy. It's so if she chooses, that's what it is.
Oh, I completely agree. It was funny meeting him at the tour director dinner, and that was the first thing. It was about the music, and immediately he didn't even have to finish his sentence. I knew exactly what he was talking about.
I'm not sure why. I'm not sure anybody would even be complaining about the that type of music. I mean, either
it is what it is. It was a funny moment.
Exactly. Well, we got a lot going on for the tour for 2023, and as you know, we're kicking off, and we have some new tours and new tour directors. Let's make some announcements. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm all for it. I like new tour directors. I was there once.
Well, we have a brand new tour. It's going to be the Richmond tour, and the tour director is going to be Lyle Joyner, who's also, I know our listeners are familiar with him, who's also the Tidewater tour director. So, congratulations on the new tour. And if he's does anything with that like he did with Tidewater, that tour is going to be up over 250 in no time at all.
Oh yeah, his tours have always been pretty high. I wish I could steal some of his members for me, but we're too far away for that. But yeah, I think he'll do great with Richmond.
Yeah, and that really kind of solidifies that what we'll call the that 95 corridor. From really anymore. Once you hit Richmond up through New York, it's it's not like it used to be. It's a city. I mean, it's almost like it's one city. You go from Richmond to DC to Baltimore to Philly through Jersey right on up to New York. So with DC being taken care of and now with Richmond, I think that's going to provide some open up a lot more quality courses and competition. For the DC golfers.
Yeah, all in that area. You're going to have so much to choose from. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
For what I know, though, one of my good friends, Derek Hart, he's actually, I don't want to say he's adding a new tour, but he's now going to be called the Pacific Northwest Tour, which will be Seattle, Portland area. He's talking Chambers Bay out there, a bunch of good courses. I went out there a weekend to play, and you look left and right, and there's courses everywhere.
Yeah, there are. You think that area up there, it's raining all the time. You can't really get out and play, but there's a ton of good courses out there. And like you said, Chambers Bay, he gets on that every year, and he does a really good job. And I'm sure that his numbers are going to grow. With I would say it's more of an expanded tour and renaming than it is a brand new tour. So Derek's great guy, great tour director. So if you're out there in the Pacific Northwest, make sure you hit him up. Now we have some other new tour directors. In Cleveland, we have Steve Riley. So Steve, welcome to the family, and wish you the best of luck.
Let's take a quick break and hear from our sponsor, Srixon.
ZX Mark II drivers are for major players, major winners, major power. All new ZX Mark II drivers, only from Srixon.
Definitely. And in Indiana, West Kentucky, we have Jeff Pleiss. Welcome to the team. I know you'll do great out there. Can't wait to meet you guys.
Yeah, Jeff is taking over for Rick Wigington, and Jeff's actually, if I'm not mistaken, Rick's son-in-law. So it's keeping it in the family. And so, right. Jeff, congratulations, and look forward to seeing what you can do. And Tim Horan is taking over for the New Jersey tour director. So now Tim Horan is the tour director for both Philadelphia and New Jersey. So, Tim, congratulations. Again, looking forward to big things from you. You've got two really good-sized tours, and looking forward to watching what you can do with both of them. Congratulations. And now this next one, it's kind of bittersweet for me. The Washington D.C. tour, for those that don't know, we started that. Jen and I started that, at 2009, 2010, something like that. So we've been the only tour directors, and Jen and I have been tour directors, for a number of different cities. And we've been hanging on to DC and Atlanta, and we decided to give up DC. It's bittersweet. I'm going to miss the guys from DC, but we've got two guys that have been helping us out over the years. We're very capable. We're going to do a great job. And the two DC tour directors are Cephas Franklin and Thompson Sawyer. Like I said, they've been running the tournaments, for us for the last 4 or 5 years. Been doing a great job. They're just taking over everything, all the tour director stuff now, all the back office stuff, all the fun stuff that nobody else sees. But again, going to miss the DC guys. We're not going anywhere. We're still sticking in Atlanta, and we'll see you in regionals and at nationals.
Yeah, two great guys. Cephas was probably one of the first guys I played with at nationals. I want to say 3 years back. If you ever get a chance to play with him, his cart, he turns it into like a Tesla technology cart with his iPad and his phone and his GPS. It's pretty cool to see. But he's two great guys. Can't wait to see what happens up there. And I know bittersweet, but you wouldn't hand it off to anybody less.
No, I wouldn't have. Would not have. And it's funny you bring up Cephas's cart. It takes him probably 45 minutes to get it set up, and it takes him about 45 minutes to break it down after a round. So, I mean, even before he was being tour director, I mean, he would get there so early just to set up his cart with all of his gadgets and stuff. And I tell you, and Chris, you know this, almost every time, every tournament, somebody leaves something. I mean, you get lost and found. I've never heard Cephas forget something from his cart. Of all the stuff that he lays out, he makes sure he has it all, and he's never lost anything. How about that?
Oh, I bet there's a checklist with all the stuff that he has to put up and take down. And now he's got to worry about flags and everything else.
Exactly. Oh man, so is your schedule done? Is El Paso's schedule done?
My schedule is done. It was a work in progress, but I actually just officially finished it today on Monday. Got ready to post it on Friday.
That's awesome. Got any highlights you want to share? You want to wait?
No, I mean, I don't mind sharing. I've got a couple new courses on deck that I think the guys will like. Trying to reach up to the northern part of New Mexico. So we got one Twin Warriors up in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Beautiful course, one of the top courses in the state. Working on getting a major at Black Mesa, which is also one of the top courses in the state, way up there north, about an hour north of Albuquerque. And then we've got what we call the Beat the Heat tournament, which is a 2-day major in Ruidoso, usually around the time when it starts getting really hot down here in El Paso. So we go up to the mountains, kind of cool down. And that one, we're making a big return back to Rainmakers Golf Course. If you're ever in the Ruidoso area, that's a course you want to play. It's all up in the mountains. I'm talking tight fairways, greens over canyons. One other par 3, you're teeing off 250 above the green.
Wow.
So I'm talking about, you tag 180, but you're really hitting 130. So just beautiful sights. Great course. And we're playing there first day, and the second day we're playing at this small little course called the Links at Sierra Blanca. But that one's real fun because, they got short par 4s. They got a par 4 where you have to go over this hill. But on the tee box, they have a periscope. So you can see if the fairway is clear or not. So some fun courses on the schedule.
That's good. Yeah, in Atlanta, we're still working on our schedule. We've got our first one, our first tournament. That's it's pretty standard. It's one of the guys' favorite courses called Currahee. It's up in the mountains of northwest Georgia, and so we play there even in beginning of March. It's a beautiful condition up in the mountains. Like you said, it's maybe not as high as the course you just mentioned, but we do have some elevated tees where the ball carries. It's a really great course, and it's the guys' favorites. And we're actually doing a combo with the Upstate Tour for that one. And we've got the regional at Reynolds. We're actually changing that up a little bit this year, where we're the first day we're playing the same course that we always do, and the second day we're playing the Oconee course, which is a much better, phenomenal course. When I say much better, you got to take that with a grain of salt, because the National that where we always play is a really great course. It's got 3 nines. Each of the nines a little bit different. Great layouts, but the Oconee course. The views, let's just talk about the views, are much better. Right there on the lake, almost every hole's on the lake, and it's much more challenging, I would say. And so we're looking forward to that. And we changed the name to the Phil Robinson Memorial at Reynolds Lake Oconee, to honor Phil Robinson, our former Augusta Tour director.
Nice, that's awesome. That's a great way for remembrance, moving forward.
Yeah. So what about Stand Up to Cancer? What are you doing?
I've got some plans. I think I'm going to start, when we have Gabe on the podcast, he talks about how we can steal each other's ideas and be okay with it. I think I'm going to start what he does, 50-50 par 3. One hole he picks, and the par 3 contest closest to the pin gets 50% of that pot, and the other 50% goes to Stand Up to Cancer. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to get that started, see how that goes, and then move from there. But I mean, there's so many things that we can do. I've thought of putt out cancer, having a putting contest. It's just a matter of being able to find volunteers to help with that.
Right, I mean, right. That's the thing. It's something that you can do on tournament day because you got so many other things going on. But I'm sure there's somebody who would champion that. So and when I say that, I think back to guys from DC. We tried to get Shaggy on a couple of times and couldn't get the connection to work. But Shaggy was a guy in DC who really championed all of our Stand Up to Cancer things, initiatives, and over the years raised a ton of money for us. And so again, Steve and Tom, if you're listening, make sure you're leaning on Shaggy for that, because you remember, I mean, you guys know it's like tournament day. You just don't have time for those other things, extra things.
Yeah.
But one of the things I'm going to try is I'm going to do an ongoing raffle, and we're going to do it at 25 guys at a time. So you pay $35 into the pot, and you'll have a chance to win free entry into the national championship this year. Oh, wow. So once I get 25 guys that have paid in, we'll pull a name out, and the proceeds will go to Stand Up to Cancer. So it's $35. So if anybody's interested, please shoot me an email or send me a text message, but probably email's better, and we can work out the details on that. That's Tim NATC at amateurgolftour.net. So again, if we can do 20 of these, great. If we do one, great. But it's gonna be open up to everybody, and we're gonna run it starting I guess today.
Yeah, I mean, there's numerous things that we can do for Stand Up to Cancer. With just me hanging out with Gabe so much, just started with that 50-50 par 3, and then it turned into let's raffle some more things off, and then donations started coming in to raffle off, and now he's the top contributor to Stand Up to Cancer. So just starting with any idea is perfect. I think that's a great idea. I bet you there's other tours that have ideas that have worked for them, and they've tried things that haven't worked. But I'm pretty sure we'll uncover that, especially this off season as we talk to more tour directors moving forward.
Yep. So we've been talking a lot about the 2023 season. When's registration open?
Registration opens for everybody Black Friday. So keep an eye out on your emails from your local directors. I'm pretty sure they'll send you something. I know for my tour, we're opening up Black Friday, early bird special, 105 for us, but we do some little games within that membership fee. We do a par 4 challenge for all our members, which is fun season-long tournament that they do. So, I mean, just like I said, keep an eye out from your local tour for that information coming Friday.
Yeah, and in Atlanta, we're doing a $93 membership fee. And if you register early, so we also do a 12 days of Christmas raffle. The only way to be involved in that is to be a member, be a paid member, and we'll start that on 12 days before Christmas, which I think is the 13th. We've got some great prizes. I'm going to keep some of them kind of close to the vests to kind of encourage everybody to sign up. But trust me, if you were a member last year, and it was worth it. Last year we gave away a free round to Whistling Straits, gave away free rounds to the Lake Oconee Regional, free rounds of during the year. So go ahead and sign up as quickly as you can on Friday, Black Friday.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. We also do the 12 Days of Christmas. Started that last year. Huge success. So we're going to do that again. And like you said, we raffle off the TPC regional in Scottsdale. Free entry into that. A couple free entries into our majors. Got some Golfweek swag we can give away. So there's a lot of things that we're going to give away for those 12 Days of Christmas. But like you said, you need to be a paid member for the 2023 season in order to get put in those raffles.
Yep. Well, Chris, I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. Hope the members out there have a great Thanksgiving. Remember, you don't have to stand in line. You don't have to go out at midnight to get in line at the stores. Registration will be open first thing Black Friday morning. Go ahead and make sure you fill out the Join the Tour form and join the tour.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to you all as well. And I'm glad I don't have to wait in line for that. We can just get online and do that.
All right, bud. You guys take care, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Have a good one.
Chris, we didn't do it again.
What didn't we do?
We didn't say how to join the tour.
That's right. It's simple. All you need to do is go to amateurgolftour.net, click the Join the Tour button, and pay your local tours membership.
Thanks, Chris. Membership for 2024 is open, so register today to join the oldest, largest, and best amateur tour in the country.